Hey, I'm Brandon with RevZilla, and today we are taking a closer look at the Leatt 7.5, 8.5, and 9.5 helmets available at RevZilla.com. So I'm sure, as you know, these are dirt helmets designed for riders out there getting out there on the trail. Perhaps you're going to your local motocross track. They're going to be providing you with a great amount of breathability, but you've got this peak visor on top, which is a big design difference from your normal street helmet, because this is designed to block roosts and branches and other things that might live out there on the trail or at the track. These helmets have a lot of differences, but they have a lot of similarities as well, probably a bit more similarities than differences. So we're going to walk through those. And I did want to start off with the 7.5 helmet here. The main difference between the other ones, you've got a polycarb main construction with this one. It's about 3 pounds, 2 ounces in a size medium. When you move up to the 8.5, which is the one I have right here in front of me, this is going to step down to about 3 pounds even in the weight in a size medium. And then with the carbon version, you're looking about 2 pounds, 13 ounces in a size medium. So that's one of the biggest differences, is the weight savings that you're going to get. This has a composite shell, and obviously that has a carbon fiber shell main construction. All of them are going to have 3 shell sizes. It's going to be extra small to small in one shell, then you've got medium to large in the other, and then extra large to 2XL is going to share that third shell design. They're all going to come with goggles as well. I think that's a huge benefit, and I hope more manufacturers catch on to that. They're including goggles. So with the 7.5, you're getting the 4.5 goggles. With the 8.5, you're going to be getting the 5.5 goggles, and then finally with the carbon, you're looking at the 6.5 goggles pairing with the 9.5 design. So I really like that benefit. I like purchasing a helmet and getting a matching set of goggles with it for that added eye protection. I don't have to seek out other options or pay for anything else. It's a really nice added benefit from Leatt. I really like that they are doing that. I'm going to go ahead and push the 7.5 away for this moment because I want to talk about the overall design. This is a new design from Leatt from the ground up. I actually have my old Leatt. This is the 4.5 right here on the table, just because I wanted you to see the overall design with this helmet. It got a little bit bigger. A lot of riders actually had concerns with the overall shell design here being a little bit on the smaller side of the scale. For me, I wasn't too concerned about that. I was more concerned with the eye port. It was a little bit small, you know, top to bottom. Had a little bit of trouble getting goggles in there comfortably from time to time. So I like the overall new design that they have here. It's got a much larger eye port, and the overall size, you know, didn't really take away from the weight savings or anything like that. They did a great job with the materials they're utilizing, still providing you with an excellent amount of protection, but allowing you to get goggles in here more comfortably, still great breathability and all of that. I actually crashed in this particular helmet, cracked the EPS, but it did its job and served me well. I'm still here to talk about it. But let's talk about some of the additional features that you are going to get with this helmet. But before I do, I think the fit is very, very important. So we've got an intermediate oval internal shape. So it's a bit more elongated front to back than it's going to be side to side. But I do want to note, I think it errs on a little bit of the round there. You've got a little bit of space on the sides, maybe just a touch of pressure at the forehead, which I think is going to cater towards riders out there that have a bit more of a round internal shape. So it's kind of that intermediate oval to kind of round, that happy medium right there. So something worth noting. But I typically wear a size medium in most of my helmets. A medium fits me absolutely spot on. It's an incredibly comfortable interior. I measure just over 22.5 inches around the full circumference of my head. So if you reference a chart, again, these are running true to what the sizing chart's going to recommend for you. Stick with your typical helmet size and you should be all set. Now, these helmets will ship to you for free, and as always, we do have our price match policy in place. That is there to ensure that you are getting the best deal around. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. Let me grab that 7.5, pull this guy back into frame. Let's start with the peak visor on this particular helmet as we go through the details here. It does have a clip-on piece. All of them are going to come with that. You can see that on the carbon fiber version here. It's just going to give it some additional length, and it's all going to be in a dark smoke version. So I do like having that benefit. If you need a little bit more coverage, you have it there. Clip it on, take it off if you don't need it. Some people are going to be upset because this is not an adjustable peak visor. For me personally, I'm not mad about that. I usually set my peak visor and forget about it. I never really adjust it again. What I do love is that this is designed to break away. I think there's more importance there and more value to having a breakaway peak visor versus something that is adjustable. If I'm riding the trails, I snag this under a branch, it is designed to break away. It's gonna help prevent neck injuries, you know, a branch grabbing here and then grabbing my neck and twisting it. I'd much rather this break away than having that adjustability. Some have both, sure. But again, I usually set and forget it. So I'm not gonna knock Leatt for that. I like the design. It's very aerodynamic, and we've got this large cutaway at the top of that peak visor, so it is going to be able to be used at highway speeds. Still, you're going to get some wind at highway speeds, of course, but it is just going to help reduce that drag that you're going to experience, as opposed to if these cutaways weren't with that peak visor. The other thing I want to point out, we've got a lot of air intakes at the front of the chin bar as well as at the brow there. That is going to help circulate that airflow, get it moving through the helmet, through the EPS to keep you more comfortable and cool. While I know you might be thinking, yeah, I'm going to get some airflow, I've got this large opening at the front of the helmet, but those air intakes are going to allow it to circulate around your head, which is going to help you stay more comfortable and cool out there riding, especially in the dirt riding application. I mean, if you've ever ridden in the dirt, you are generating a ton of heat, so airflow is very much a priority. Now let's work our way to the interior here. I'm going to slot this guy over here. We're going to take a closer look at the carbon version, since I haven't really pulled this one up front and center, and take out the interior here. Now all of these are going to have an X-static liner with them. They're antimicrobial, very comfortable, they're contoured, so they're going to fit with your facial features very well. And I'm going to wrestle this guy out of here. Holy Kawasaki. I guess it's better to be in there snug than too loose, right? But that is your cheek pad. We'll get this other guy out of here real fast. Here we go. Emergency pull cheek pads, of course, with these. That's pretty much standard with most helmets nowadays. And then we have the ProFit top liner. Now, one note I want to make for you there on the ProFit top liner is that you're only going to get that with the 9.5, which is the carbon version here, as well as the 8.5, the composite version. The 7.5 is not going to get that. Now, what is the ProFit liner? I'm going to pull this out real fast, and we will take a closer look at that. Woo! There we go. These things can be a little bit tough to wrestle out sometimes. There we go. So this is the ProFit liner. It's got this kind of elastic to it, so it's going to move with your head very well, and it's got a little bit of a slip material incorporated. It's kind of like similar to MIPS, kind of slips around a little bit, and it's going to help prevent rotational injuries and just give that a little bit of give. But it's not so slippery that it's not going to feel stable on your head. It's just giving it a little bit of give, a little bit of rotation in the event of impact, which is going to help with those rotational injuries. And then you can see those blue pieces on the interior. Those are the 360 turbines, and they act as a bit of a cushion, if you will. You know, on impact, they're going to absorb some of that energy, and they're going to help with rotational impact too, and just kind of allow your head to slip around them and move more freely. I've put this stuff to the test. I had a concussion in my old 4.5 helmet, cracked the EPS, but it did its job. So yeah, I could certainly say I put that to the test, and it worked well. And then you can see here towards the top, this is a system here that you actually pump this up, and it's going to allow the helmet to be pulled away from your head. This is in the event of a crash and someone is trying to remove the helmet as securely as possible. I'll be honest with you, I've not really seen anyone ever utilize that system. It does exist. You can add it in there. It's more or less like a bladder. So as you pump air to it, it's going to help slide the helmet off of your head and just help it maintain some stability as they do so. But even at a pro level, I've never seen any medics or anybody utilizing that particular system. So add it if you wish, if you think it's going to be beneficial. Personally, I don't think it's going to be something I'll be adding to my helmets anytime soon, but you have the benefit there if you need to add it. Overall, I think Leatt did an excellent job with these particular helmets. I like the additional options within their line, like they did with the 4.5, the 5.5, and the 6.5. They just redesigned everything. They're giving you more features. You've now got goggles coming with it. They're very lightweight, a good amount of protection in here, and the liner is incredibly comfortable. They did an excellent job. So kudos to Leatt with these particular lids. I'm excited to get out there on the trails and use these at the MX track as well. But of course, if you're looking for more details, feel free to click the info button on your desktop or your mobile device. That's going to take you over to RevZilla.com where you can read other rider reviews. And as always, if you have any questions for us, please do not hesitate to reach out. Give our Gear Geeks a call at 877-792-9455 or simply shoot over an email cs@RevZilla.com. Thanks for hanging out with us for a bit and taking a closer look at the Leatt 7.5, 8.5, and 9.5 helmets. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.